Hello everybody, welcome to the Comic Gamer Movie Show. My name's Deshaun and today I'm here to review the Deadpool 2 trailer. Now, it came out earlier today, just got time to get around to it now. I'm feeling better now, I can get my wits about me. So this trailer was awesome, it's fun, it was awesome, honestly. It's Deadpool, and I thought the first Deadpool was phenomenal. I believe I gave it like a 9 to a 9.5 because it was so original, so creative, such a breath of fresh air. Honestly, that Deadpool movie was awesome, and it captured everything that's awesome about Deadpool. Deadpool is this fourth wall breaking, like, insane character who at his core is actually a good man trying to do good things because he grew up wanting to be a hero, but he has all this craziness going on upstairs because of what was done to him. So I love that first Deadpool. It sort of captured the comics of Deadpool. It captured the essence of Deadpool. Though it was a bit different because I don't remember Deadpool being that big of a romantic, they still managed to capture what Deadpool was all about. And I love that. They did a great job at that. And the sequel coming out, doing more of the same. One of the best marketing campaigns I've ever seen for a movie was the Deadpool campaign, and perhaps it was probably because Ryan Reynolds is just like blood, sweat, and tears loves this character, and there's a lot to be said for that. There's not enough actors taking these superhero roles who know these characters and actually love these characters. You know what I mean? That's why Deadpool was so faithful and why Deadpool was so good, because it has an actor who not only loves the character but loves the source material, respects the source material, and loves the audience for that source material. And Ryan Reynolds was a big part of that. He was perfectly cast as Deadpool for one, and he's got the sense of humor of Deadpool. Honestly, the moment Ryan Reynolds was cast, I was like, yeah, this makes sense. But I mean, hell, the moment Ryan Reynolds was cast in X-Men Origins as Wade Wilson, I was like, yeah, this makes a lot of sense. I'm like, because I had seen him up to that point. I'm like, thinking of his sensibility, the kind of humor he brings. I'm like, yeah, he is Deadpool. And then you see the movie, and the rest is history. Great movie. Ryan Reynolds is phenomenal in the role. There's some great supporting cast members. They finally got Colossus down with the actual Russian accent, and the fact, but though he's constantly in his metal form, I don't know why they did that, but I guess they just wanted to. I guess it was just easier to do that, but they actually made it look good, so I don't really mind, but so much. But moving on to the actual Deadpool 2 trailer. Now, first I'm going to talk about the little things they did before this trailer. They had a little short little thing come out where he was kind of riffing on Bob Ross when he's like pretending to paint something. He had the big bushy afro, and he was kind of playing with that. That was pretty funny. And then it kind of went to the Cable origin bit by bit with his own taste of Deadpool jokes and fourth wall breaking with the whole CGI arm and taking jabs at which is pretty goddamn timely. Which I'm like, dude, Deadpool is just on it. That they had a joke from Superman's CGI mouth ready to go, and I could only imagine this trailer was cut together maybe like a month or maybe like a week or two after that movie was in theater, and they already had a joke ready. Like, he had to have inserted that. Like, there's no way they could have had that ready. Either they knew about it already, or they're just cutting these together on the fly. But Ryan Reynolds, he just so got the pulse of this character and so got the pulse of the marketing. Because that little first teaser bit was great too, because it was kind of just the introduction of Cable and him doing it was Deadpool being Deadpool. Then, well, actually, before that, you had the whole teaser when he was making fun of people in a phone booth trying to change out of their outfits before someone was getting mugged, who was Stan Lee, and they got shot, and he was just laying on him like, oh, damn, well, that sucks, in Deadpool fashion. Now this is really the first official trailer, because the other trailers didn't show jack shit. You didn't know a story, you knew sort of who was in it, but you knew Deadpool was in it. It kind of just gave you, the other trailers just gave you tone. This one gave you story. And it starts off with Deadpool running from a group of people, Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark style. Honestly, someone else brought that up, and I was like, you're dead on right. It's a literal reference to that. And a lot of people have said, why is he running from these people at the beginning? And I went, and in my mind, either two things. Either it is literally a direct reference to Indiana Jones, and that's the reason he's doing it. He's probably going to say it to the audience. or the people he's running from aren't necessarily people who are bad and he should kill. So if he can't kill them, then he's got no other choice but to run from them. It's either two of them. It's only either two options. Either A, he's running from them to make a reference, to literally make a reference, and the audience be like, "Oh, I thought that was weird. That's pretty funny." Or they're people he screwed over of some sort who don't deserve to die per se, so he can't kill them. So the only option you got is to run from them, and that would be my big guess about the beginning part. You see Dopender again, his trusty taxi driver, his trusty kidnapping / maybe murdering taxi driver. Because if you remember in the first Deadpool, there was this interesting thread of him wanting this woman and this other guy taking her from him because he was so suave. And he put him in the back of his trunk and may or may not have killed him. Nobody knows. I can't wait to find out, though. So Dopander's there, and he's kind of admiring Deadpool, going through this whole thing of, "Oh man, you're awesome, man. You know, your devil may cry attitude," and then it cuts to him chopping a guy's head off and kicking it, which, yep, that's about Deadpool. He does that a lot. Actually, that's a common Deadpool move now, because in the first one he did that. He chopped the guy's head off and kicked it. I guess that's a Deadpool move. And then he's like, and then for some reason he says, "amazing thighs," and all of a sudden it cuts to Deadpool in high heel, doing a backflip in high heels. Who knows why? It's Deadpool. Like, that's the great thing about Deadpool, is he can do anything. He can he's almost critic proof, because if you take it too seriously, you're an asshole who's taking him too seriously. You know what I mean? He's almost critic proof. It really is. So, like, and then he says something about, "and you got a beautiful woman," and it cuts to, damn it, I forgot her name. I think her name's Vanessa. I cannot remember her name off the top of my head, but they do have a great relationship. I love their relationship. I was like, dude, that's the relationship I would have. Screw that whole all these people were like, "Ooh, I want to have that Harley Quinn and Joker relationship." No, you want to be smacked around and punched in the face and told you're a piece of shit and kicked, and the only time he even wants to talk to you is when you can do something for him. And by the way, he doesn't even want to fuck Harley. You want that relationship? No, I want that Deadpool and, damn, I can't remember her name, Vanessa. I think it's Vanessa. Relationship where these two love each other unconditionally. They're willing to explore all these. They have sex every holiday. They're willing to explore these sexual things. They love each other for their. They're both nerds. They both love these weird off-kilter things. They're like this weird, amazing couple that I'm like, that's what I would want in a couple. That's what I would want. He's got that. So, it's kind of a nice little reminder that, yeah, he's got his girl. Which, honestly, I didn't know if she was going to be in the movie, because they're introducing Domino in this movie. Played by Zazie Beetz. Zazie Beetz is an actress who plays on Atlanta, who I think that was one of her big roles is in Atlanta. And, so Zazie Beetz, and she's playing Domino. Obviously, Domino, traditionally in the comics, is a white woman, though she's a mutant, so she has this kind of like pale skin with like a black thing over her eye. That's why she's called Domino. But Zazie's playing it in reverse. She's a black woman with a white spot around her eye, and apparently, from what I hear, it's supposed to be an actual, because there's an actual pigmentation kind of thing going with her. And she is still a mutant, and she still has those abilities, but it just didn't affect her skin. So she's Domino in everything but skin. Basically, she's Domino in everything but skin, the attitude and everything. And she looks great in the outfit, and I like what and I can't wait to see what she does. And traditionally in the comics, Deadpool and Domino have a really close relationship. Traditionally in the comics, those two are really, if for lack of a better term, his main love interest. Like, really, Domino is his top tier love interest. Like, he has been with that actual girl, like I said, Vanessa. I think her name's Vanessa. He has been with her. He's been with a bunch of chicks. But Domino is kind of traditionally his love interest, his big love interest, kind of his Elektra to Daredevil, so to speak. So when I heard she was going to be in the movie, I was like, And then I saw set pictures of them two kind of smirking at each other. I'm like, so is Vanessa, is his girlfriend going to be in this? Because I know traditionally that those two are a thing. I mean, they have to know that too, and either they're going a direction where he's going to break up with her and go with Domino, because they're a thing. Like I said, Domino and Deadpool are a true thing in the comics. So hopefully they go that way, because I've always had this thing against having normie love interest. Like, I love Peggy Carter, and I love, other characters who, like, Pepper Pot and stuff like that. But at the same time, I've always been a fan of heroes being with other heroes for some reason, because I feel like that just makes more sense to me. Like if you're a real superhero, you probably would want someone you don't have to go save every 5 seconds. But I digress. It's good to see her in the movie, though. It's good to see her in the movie. Now, it kind of cuts a little bit forward to him. Now, it's kind of all out of order, but from what I can tell, he's at a facility where it looks like it's probably one of these mutant captured facilities, because you see a bunch of people in yellow suits with collars around their necks. Now, that's a callback to classic X-Men stories of people kidnapping mutants and putting the collar around their necks to mute their powers and whatnot. So it looks like that's what's going on. Like I said, it's all kind of out of order, so I can't really quite tell the story. And then Cable comes in, and this is the only really bit of the story you really know so far, is that Cable's here to kill a kid, Terminator 2 style, and Deadpool has to protect that kid because he has to do because it's the right thing to do, and he's going to protect this kid from Cable. I'm going to assume that in the end, it's going to turn out that Cable was trying to protect this kid from meeting someone, and then once he fails to actually kill the kid, which he probably does, that other someone's going to show up. Cable's going to team with Deadpool, because obviously they have to team up. Cable and Deadpool are like a duo, dude. They're like Luke Cage and Iron Fist, really. Cable and Deadpool are like Luke Cage and Iron Fist. They're two weirdly opposite people who should not be friends, who should not be good friends, who shouldn't really interact. Yet for some unknown reason, they always seem to be together. So things are going to work out. I'm not really worried about that. But yeah, Cable's here to kill some kid. Deadpool has to protect him, and that's pretty much all the story we got in this. And you got a little cool, and then you get little clips and clips and clips here. By the way, using LL Cool J, Gonna Knock You Out, which is great. It's cute with the theme, because the first Deadpool used another classic like 90s song, like 90s late 80s 90s song. Like, it's kind of what he does. It was Shoot, yeah. I think it was on Salt and Pepper. Yeah, it was Shoot by Salt and Pepper. So he has Salt and Pepper in his first movie, and he's got LL Cool J in his second movie. Pretty much like kind of the stuff you would imagine Deadpool would listen to, isn't it? Like it's kind of cool. Like I said, I dug it. And he's in that facility, so either he's gonna get captured, or it's hard to really tell what's gonna happen there. But anyways, moving along. You get to see Cable with his arm. He kind of screws Deadpool up. You see him coming down a building with one arm. So can't wait to see that. And then you see Teenage Negasonic Warhead. She's got a new hairdo. Obviously, her and Colossus show up, but they show up with another chick who I'm not quite sure who she is. She kind of looked like Blink to me for a while there. A wink to me for a second there. I was like, is that Wink? I don't think that's Wink. Like, Wink's been all over the goddamn place. Blink was in Blink was in X-Men Days of Futures Past, and she's in the Gifted show. So I don't think that's her, but no, it turns out it isn't, because she has like these weird electric powers. So I don't know what's going on with that. But then it kind of gets a little bit ahead, and then you see the X-Force forming. And Terry Crews is in this movie playing someone. I don't know who. Bill Skarsgård, Pennywise himself, is in this. Playing someone. I don't know who. The only one I know who's playing someone is Zazie Beetz as fucking Domino. That's it. That's all I know. So, and then he forms X-Force, and he kind of has this jab. He's like, we're X-Force. And she's just like, isn't that kind of derogative? He's like, yep. And then it cuts to one of my favorite part of the trailer, honestly. And there's some people might disagree. Because I feel like Deadpool is so funny, so fourth wall breaking, that people forget he is a bad motherfucker. Deadpool is a trained assassin. Well, even without his powers, he would still be one of the most dangerous people on the planet. He'd still be in the top 50 most dangerous people on the planet. I mean, in the Marvel Universe, obviously, because there's so many superpowered beings. He'd still be a dangerous dude. He is trained. He is a master with using katanas and weaponry and guns. He's that damn good. And it's not shown, and it's never more prevalent in the scene where it kind of cuts to him. It looks like he's it's going to be fun. It's going to be a badass / funny scene. I can already tell. Because these guys are all in these sumo gear and tubs. So I'm guessing you know what's going to happen. He probably walks in on like some criminal organization while they're in like some bathhouse, and then he gets in a fight with them. He's like the Yakuza. He probably walks in a Yakuza or something while they're in a bathhouse, and he gets in a fight with them. But it's the fight that was awesome when he just took both his swords out. And usually when he takes both the swords out, he's kind of just swinging them, and he's good. He's skilled with them, but he's never really fought anyone who. But it's never put to the task like this. He uses those katanas like a pro. Like a pro. He just king, 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 king. I'm like, damn, Deadpool. Like, I forgot just how badass he is. And that, honestly, the action in this is going to be way better than the first one. Because the director working on this is, I think his name's David Leitch. David Leitch, if you don't know who that is, he was the co-director of John Wick. He was the other half of the people who directed John Wick. So, and it's kind of funny because people have made a little bit of a point that if you notice in the second John Wick, because the other half of the co-directors did that one and he moved on to do Deadpool. If you notice in John Wick, the action is bumped up to the full throttle in that one, and the world building is like in the actual look of it, it's actually kind of toned down. But the look of Deadpool is toned up, and the action is toned up. So it's like, which director is going to end up being better since they were duos doing the first Deadpool? So, but yeah, he's working on this, and like the moment I heard he was directing on this, I was like, well, the action's going to be phenomenal, and like no matter what. So hopefully Ryan Reynolds pretty much script, because he pretty much helped write everything about this movie. Ryan Reynolds' humor / script will merge together well with Leitch's action expertise. I mean, they're former stuntmen, which I think is phenomenal, honestly. I'm like, yeah, if anyone's going to know an action sequence, how to do a great action sequence, it's a former stuntman. He's like, I've done it, okay? I know what a good action sequence looks like. So, moving on a little bit ahead, you see Deadpool smacking this guy with it looks like a toaster. He literally smacked the guy with a toaster and makes like this joke about, did you catch that in slow motion? And he rises out of a casket and shoots these two guys. It's pretty funny. Actually, early on, and I kind of missed some bits. You see him in Professor X's chair, right between a picture of President Obama. And it was someone else. It was someone else on the other wall. But it was President Obama and someone else. Like, apparently, Professor X... Well, go figure. Go figure. But yeah, like, he's just right between... He's just wheeling around in Professor X's chair. And then, well, obviously, Blind Al's back just says something about, he's like, I can't understand you clip with that pity dick in your mouth. And I was just like, Jesus, man. They just go at each other, man. Like, good trailer. Great trailer. And it ended on this hilarious meta note of, man, they don't even need to make a third one. Yeah, after you make the second one, I mean, you killed it. And, like, it's hilarious. The Deadpool 2 trailer, what did you guys think about it? I thought it was phenomenal. There's not much I can quite break down about it. I'd have to, like, really go in depth with it. But that's really the gist of what I thought about that trailer. That third trailer was fun. It was Deadpool. Marvel's taking over the world because by the time the third Deadpool comes out, after this one kicks ass, by the time the third one comes out, Disney would have owned it. So it'd technically be under Marvel Studios' wheelhouse. So, like, honestly, Marvel's just kicking ass, man. It's kind of funny, because they got this they just had Infinity War trailer come out, murder. Now they got this one coming out, and this is gonna kick ass. I don't know about New Mutants. New Mutants is looking shaky. We'll see about that. But Deadpool can't lose. Can't lose, man. Thank you for joining me on the Comic Game Movie Show. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.